The location you choose for your video shoot will play a huge part in how your video ends up looking, so you want to make sure you get it right. Let's look at the 3 key things to consider when making a location decision. Number 1, let there be light. Although most production companies bring fancy professional lights to their shoots, the light that's already in your location can be a massive game changer. Ideally, you want a space that has lots of natural indirect sunlight. What we don't want in a space is lots of artificial light. Fluoros, for an example, can look pretty fugly on camera, which is where the production company's fancy lights come into play. Basically, if you can turn the lights off in the room and the room is bright enough to see, then that's great. Another hot tip is also to avoid strong backlighting like a bright window, otherwise you run the risk of your talent looking like a silhouette. Number 2, choose the right space. It's important to make sure your chosen location is big enough for filming, and that actually may be a little bit bigger than you think. For a simple interview shoot that looks like this, it requires a setup that looks like this. Something else to consider is that the background of the shot is interesting and on brand, so best to avoid plain walls if we can. But you also don't want the background to be too distracting. After all, you want the audience to focus on the speaker. Sometimes just a bit of a cleanup can make all the difference. The last thing to consider with choosing the right space is that there's enough depth in the room so that the talent isn't sitting right up against a wall. This way you can create that lovely look where the talent is in focus and the background is out of focus. Number 3, the sound of silence. When recording audio for an interview, you'll need the background noise to be as quiet as possible. While our ears can tune out background noise, microphones don't always have the same luck. There are the obvious locations to avoid, like near a busy road or construction sites, but also consider things like loud humming fridges or air conditions that can't be turned off, ticking clocks, colleagues typing, meetings in adjacent rooms, and loud neighbours. And there we have it. Choosing a perfect location for your video shoot isn't as difficult as it seems, as long as you know what to look for. If you've got a shoot coming up, we've got a great blog on what to expect on set. Just check out the link in the description.